Howdy y'all, it's Carnivore Kip. In this video, I'm gonna show y'all how to smoke a Boston butt. And just so y'all know, I love y'all because it's cold outside. I got my long sleeve on and I'm trying to hurry up and get this Boston butt on the pit for y'all. You gotta get up early to get these Boston butts on the pit, and this morning it happened to be nippy outside, and I decided that I cared about y'all enough to get out of bed, throw me some clothes on, get my Boston butt out here in the cold, and bring my camera and film it just so that y'all can see how we do it down here in Alabama. Y'all please go ahead and like and subscribe to my page. That way I don't have to cry myself to sleep tonight. My wife sure don't want to hear it, y'all. I could play around with some of my spices back there, but I ain't going to in this video. Some of these spices got gluten and all that other stuff in them, so I've kind of quit using them. My wife still uses them, but I've kind of changed up my barbecue game. I was low on rubs this morning, so I figured I'd go ahead and mix one up in an old bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix some up for y'all. So I'm gonna go salt first. No, this isn't Redmond's real salt. I love Redmond's real salt, but I don't use that in my rub. I use that whenever I'm seasoning steaks and all that other stuff. Don't overthink it when you're mixing this stuff up. Just let it ride. If it tastes a little, and then taste it, you know, with your finger. If it needs a little more salt, add it. If it needs a little bit more black pepper, add it. I go 1 part salt, about 2 parts black pepper, and then I'll put some garlic, and then I'll put a little bit of jalapeno powder. So let's look at that. That's a good bit more black pepper than salt, so I'm gonna add a little bit more salt back in it. All right, that's probably closer. And then I can taste it when I'm done. People overthink this stuff. Oh, and granulated garlic is better for when you're making rubs than garlic powder. It doesn't clump up as much in the rubs. So if you're trying to make your own rubs, use granulated garlic instead. I love garlic. And then we're going with the jalapeno powder. And I'm not going by exact measurements either. That should be enough for right now. And then you definitely want less of this than the other stuff, because if not, it can have a bite to it. Then you just mix it up. There's no caking agents in it. There's nothing like that. No MSG, no gluten, no sugar. Just good old rub. Look at there. Just like that. Ta-da! So I'm using these cotton white gloves, and then I got my black nitrile gloves underneath it. And when I use these, the cotton glove keeps the warmth out, and the black nitrile glove keeps your hands from getting wet. So when you're grabbing like hot meat off the pit or whatever, you won't get burnt, and you won't get the hot liquid on you. And this is what all the barbecue guys use. This is like a thing that a lot of people know about, but in case some of y'all don't know that, if ever you see me grabbing meat off a pit with black gloves on, don't think that I'm just wearing the glove, because if you're just wearing this, you will still burn yourself up. You got to have these gloves, and you can get these at like Tractor Supply and stuff like that. You get like a dozen of them for $6 or $7, and then you can get you some black nitrile gloves on Amazon. I just cut us a pork butt out the pack so that we could season it up. Let's season us a pork butt. These gloves also keep your hands warm whenever the meat's ice cold, so it's a good investment to get you some cotton gloves and black gloves to go over it, because this pork butt is cold. Got my seasoning mixed up. Let's season us a pork butt. Now, if I was in If this was my old barbecue days, I would be putting like a mustard binder on this, and then I would be using a sugary rub. The pork butt would be a lot more red colored from the paprika that's in the rub, and it would have the brown sugar and all that stuff in it, which makes them taste amazing, but makes them run your sugar up. That was my BC days, my B4 carnivore days, and so now I'm just still cooking great pork butts. I'm just changing up my rub. Let's season it up. It's a big piece of meat, so don't be scared to season the hound out of it. You want that seasoning, especially the black pepper in here, will help you get a good crust on it whenever it's forming its bark. And the bark on a pork butt is what people are after. The bark is, if you don't know what the bark is, that's the outside crusty part. Season every side, just like whenever you're doing any other piece of meat. Season the whole thing. These even look different than whenever I used to, because used to when I would season them, they'd be solid red right now already from the rub. I didn't trim the fat. You can trim some of the fat back, but why do that when you're carnivore? I mean, come on, you want the fat, right? I'm kind of patting the rub in. You never want to move your hands across the meat, because you're gonna, I know it's called rub, but you don't want to rub it actually, because it'll make it clump up, but it's okay to pat it down into the meat so it'll stay still. You just don't want to rub it across. Let's season this side. It'll be good, guys. It'll be good. And some good news. I weighed this morning and I was down to 431 pounds. So that puts me down 56 pounds. I was either down 50 or 51 pounds on my last update, and I'm down 5 more pounds. Thank you, Carnivore Diet. So we got our pork butt outside. Let's toss it on the pit. Night, night, little baby girl. Rest well, baby. Close her up. Quick look at this pork butt. See how she's looking. I think she's looking good already, y'all. Like I said, I've been running 275, 300. So this pork butt won't take nearly as long on this drum smoker. If I was cooking it on an offset smoker, it would probably take about 10 hours. But on this drum, I'm thinking probably like 7 hours. You save a lot of time cooking on a drum, and and the food is still really good. It's not quite as good as on a stick burner. I'll show y'all around back. I'll show y'all my stick burner. See if I can zoom in a little bit. That's my girl right there. She's dirty right now. She needs a bath, but this thing is a beast. I need some more wood too. I'm about out of wood. I got wood on the back side of it also, but I need to get some more wood. And I keep it under my carport because you never want to have a smoker just sitting out in the elements. This is typically where I would wrap a pork butt whenever I used to put sugary rubs, but I'm not gonna worry about wrapping this pork butt. But I'm gonna show y'all another trick that you can do. Pick it up, take you a pan like this. This is a half-size sheet pan. Hold on. There we go. It's a half-size sheet pan. There's your pork butt. And just set it in it. The reason that you do that is because it's gonna protect, and you don't have to do that, but if you do this, it'll protect your bark and keep your bark from getting too soft if you wrap, because if you wrap it in aluminum foil, it'll soften your bark some. But if you do this, you'll have a crustier bark, but you'll also catch some of your fat drippings and some of your, the liquid in the bottom, and it mixes really well with your pork butt and just gives it a lot more moisture and outstanding flavor. All right, let's let it keep going. It's moist. You see my gloves? Call this the finished butt. It's resting right now. I gotta end this video. That way I'll be ready for supper time with my family. Thank y'all for watching my video. Y'all go ahead and like and subscribe to my page. Thank you. God bless.